folks. Very happy to actually have something very tangible here. We're talking about the all-wheel drive hybrid. Yes, going back to the Ford Maverick first, not even before it arrived at dealerships, people were talking about people were asking, where is the all-wheel drive hybrid? What's going on? And there's a lot of speculation. A lot of people thought that it would come out later in the first year of production. Some people said, no, it's going to be, you're going to have your 2022 or 2023 Ford Maverick be a hybrid. And I believe, if I recall correctly, from the very beginning, I said, if we get an all-wheel drive hybrid, which we probably will, because the Ford Escape has an all-wheel drive hybrid. And then as we learned more, I pointed out that the Ford Escape hybrid, yes, it wasn't quite the same electrical motor. So there'd need to be modifications there, and that there would need to be modifications on the rear suspension of the Ford Maverick, that it wasn't just a sort of bolt-on kit to get this all-wheel drive hybrid. But I did say that if it did occur, probably for a mid-model refresh, because that would gain a whole lot of excitement for the product, or worst case scenario, come what we could call edition 2. So once you're bringing in generation 2 of the Maverick. But I had a suspicion that it'd be for the mid-model refresh. Then I had a source that had worked on the Maverick say that from day one, before even being announced to the public, it had been planned and hoped, and that was part of the plan, that if everything went well, the goal was to get an all-wheel drive hybrid out for the mid-model refresh. Well, guess what, folks? Great news. 2025 is the mid-model refresh. This is a Lariat in the background, and it is an all-wheel drive. And I've talked about it in recent episodes about the front grille. Let's talk about the all-wheel drive in just a moment. But a little side tangent here. We talked recently about how, and that blue, a few episodes back, talked about the blue Maverick that we had seen spy photos of from Ford Authority, that some people couldn't believe that this would actually be part of the design. And I said, ugh, it is part of the design, almost certainly, when I'm telling you it absolutely 100% is part of the design. But I did speculate that blue will probably be a Lobo or ST Ford Maverick, that the horizontal grille, the vertical grille was probably a one-off, a one model only, and that there would be other grills. Well, here's a Lariat with a different grill, more of a, well, it's kind of like a triangle shape, but it is a vertical, what I would call a vertical grill. So I'm really liking either grill. I like it when manufacturers spice things up a little, and you can have a decent difference between one model and another. For me, it's not fun thinking back to 2000 to 2010. It seemed like everything on the road a lot of what was on the road was a silver Toyota Camry. You had these silver Toyota Camrys all over the place. There were so many of them, or a Toyota Sienna, also silver. Or beige. I got completely tired of silver and beige on vehicles, and it really threw me off the style of the Camry, which to this day I still can't handle seeing the style of that generation of Camry, because they all look the same. It was a mental overload, some wires in the brains crisscrossed, melted. I think generally manufacturers are doing a whole lot better when they have specialty models, and you have a nice array of style across a model. So great, more style for the Ford Maverick, and this is pretty confirmed. Ford has not come out and said that there will be a 2025 Ford Maverick all-wheel drive hybrid. But when you've got something only partially covered in, anti-spy photo tape wrap, you've got that anti-spy wrap that we saw up front. Well, when you see this Lariat, and you can see Lariat, you've got the backup sonar in the bumper here. You've got the hybrid badge, so that is undeniably the hybrid badge. Looking good in black. For a while, manufacturers seemed to think that if something was electric or hybrid, it had to be green. Glad they got over that. But you've got the all-wheel drive symbol there. You've got the new Ford logo. Of course, camera in the bottom of the logo. Don't clean those off with your thumb. No contact cleaning that lens. That is a plastic lens, and if you're cleaning it off by rubbing it, Road debris will scratch the lens, and you will have very poor quality when it comes to seeing out that back camera in a short period of time. But there you have it. I highly doubt Ford would be test driving this only partially covered if it wasn't coming up. So yeah, this is good. I really like those lights up front. That's the Lariat, and I highly doubt though that the all-wheel drive hybrid will only be available on the Lariat. It should almost, I'm going to speculate here, but educated speculation, it's going to be also on the XLT. Will it be on the XL? That's the only area where I'll say, you know what, I'm not going to conclude on that. I'd like to wait and see in the order guide or the internet build and price. And just a reminder, the Ford Maverick, again, we can pretty much 100% confirm at this point that it is getting what is essentially a Ford Escape touchscreen. So Ford Escape plug-in, incredible vehicle. I think it's one of the better vehicles and better values. I think it's one of the best values on the market across all makes and models. And it's also a vehicle that's really well insulated. Sound deadening is fantastic. It drives very nicely. Escape plug-in hybrid, fantastic vehicle. Take one out for a test drive. If you love it, buy it. But also take it out for a test drive or sit in one to sort of sneak a peek into the Ford Maverick future. So that's what's going down with the Ford Maverick. Please let us know in the comments section. What do you think? Are you happy that it's not just the vertical grille, that we are going to get a horizontal grille? Check out and read the full article over at Ford Authority. They're an incredible source. And yeah, a hitch with the all-wheel drive hybrid. So likely 2,000 pounds of towing again. I'll be surprised if that gets higher towing. I think we'll still have to go EcoBoost. And we can definitely tell one thing that the Lariat is going to be getting, and that's a 360-degree camera. Will it be optional or will it be standard? Time has yet to tell, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification. But right there, you've got the little hub for the 360 camera. So what 360 camera does as an option is it's kind of like being a bird looking down on the vehicle. So it's a bird's eye view of the vehicle so that you can see really well all around the vehicle and not have to worry about backing into a kid's expensive bicycle. And ridge view, yes, great point. Love that you pointed that out. Maybe, and pretty much certainly, if it's got the touchscreen from the Escape, I'd say we're 99.9% certain that it's going to have Sync 4. And a lot of people are going to like that it has Sync 4 because let's say this is a cell phone, means your cell phone is in your pocket or your purse, and you can have GPS from your phone go onto the touchscreen without having to have a physical connection. So Bluetooth communication between your phone and the vehicle with Sync 4. Just don't clean any of these cameras by rubbing them because you will scratch up the plastic lens. It's not like glasses, even eyeglasses. We can't just say, oh, automobile manufacturers and just be frustrated with them. Vision glasses used to be good for decades because they're, it was a glass lens. But I go through a pair of glasses every year or two because they're plastic. And I ask, can I please pay more to have a glass lens? And they go, well, we don't do that anymore. So why the heck not? Because you don't like something that can last for decades, even generations? I like a pair of glasses that I can buy now and keep for 40 to 60 years. Glass is heavy, but I'm a strong boy, and I'd like my heavy glasses sitting on my face. I got a big nose. It'll help offset the big nose. Big, heavy glasses. So unfortunately, all great points made in the live chat, and I think some of my points also not so bad. So let's just please drop a comment what you think about the new Ford Maverick. Let us know. Don't forget, please support this small family business with a like, a subscribe, share this with people that you think could benefit from knowing this. And please, if you aren't already subscribed, do it now and turn on that bell notification because, well, we want you in the community here. We want your knowledge. This is a community that doesn't just, yell down people's throats and say, there's only one set of opinions. There's only one opinion because there's only one set of facts. No, opinions change and need to change based on emerging info, developing info, or just data that we didn't see, that we overlooked, we overthought. So Outsider Reviews, thank you so much. You're a wonderful source of information. And yes, please check out Outsider Reviews channel. Gentleman and a scholar, and a vet. So please encourage his channel. He's got great content over on the channel. Watched him cover Tesla recently. Very impressed and with the information, but also really enjoyed the video. So let's end this Ford Maverick talk and move on to the next episode of the evening. We've got some really quick Tesla news coming up. So I'm just going to have a little commercial break here.